Hey guys, what's up? Beast from Beast Toys here, coming at you. Gonna do an opening of a Zanya and Swamp Skier. What are we? Number 194. There we go. Got this from Pulse last week. Just hadn't got around to opening it yet. I've done a few new ones, but this one I have not. So, little Easter eggs on the packaging. Looks like, it's a monkey wrench flying off that. Yeah, it's monkey wrench. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say the one thing I've already have thought to share on my part is, was Zanya the right choice to do a swamp skier? I don't know. You gotta you gotta recall. Well, if you're an old school Joe collector, I'm hoping there ain't much assembly required. If you're an old school Joe collector, you know that Zartan came with the swamp skier. So, I've seen a couple on eBay. I haven't decided if I want to pull the trigger and get a couple more. So I feel like this is a swamp skier is going straight to my retro Zartan. Truthfully, truth be told. So, Dreadnought Chameleon. Why does it say Chameleon in the front? It says swamp skier. Oh, it does say Chameleon. I'm an idiot. Right in the front. I just saw Swamp Skier. That's what I think of it as. So, comes with... this comes with the same... Comes with the same knife as Copperhead. Same... I guess you'd call that a... machete. Shoot, man, I got one of these down here. I got a machete down there. I got that one my dad passed last year. This last, I guess after passed last spring, over a little over a year. And then in the fall, got some knives and stuff. So my dad had all kinds of cool stuff. Guns, knives. He collected like me, except he wasn't a toy guy. He was a gun and a knife guy. Well, I guess you could call it toys. And land, liked his land, bought land, hunted and all that stuff. Anyway, long short, I got a machete out of the deal. Got lots of knives, and or a handful of knives. I shouldn't say lots. Me and my brothers all split the knives. Anyway, long short, hey, I got a machete sitting right by my. I just realized I was doing some cleaning the other day. I did a video and said, "Oh, guess what? There's nothing back here now." Well, I shifted some of the stuff that was over here, but I've got a lot more room now than I did before. And I will say that. Things are getting pretty thick in here. Just saying. So, all right. So she comes with 2 sets of glasses, goggles, whatever you want to call it. A bomber type helmet you can put on her. I'm wondering if, yeah, I kind of thought so. You can put the helmet on. There she is with the helmet. You can put the helmet on or the green hair. I think I'm probably going to go with the green hair, though. Zartan having a kid. It's crazy to think that back, considering Joe, again, all the Joes we grew up with. Crazy to think that. So, she's got herself a butcher knife, though. Big old butcher knife. Big old machete. So, yeah, she's got 2 sets of shades. This looks more like a pair of goggles. God, it's probably hard for you to see. Dark background looks a little easier to show that off. So those are a orange with a yellow tint in the glasses. And then this is just a pair of, looks like what Buzzer would wear. That probably has to go against a light background. So let's see if we can drop these on her somehow real quick. Show them off maybe. Almost gives her a, they look like Baroness glasses. Look at that. What do you think? Looks kind of like Baroness glasses. Ah, geez, my stinking light. This damn light, I'm telling you what. There's a wire in there. It's just crap. It's just turning into crap. Sorry. And I don't want to have to restart the video or something like that since we're already going. Alright, my bad. I'll figure something out. I really didn't, honestly, I don't want to spend the money to buy another one of those. That thing's a POS. Alright, well, we're going to move on. There's still enough lighting, so to speak, in here. I think you can see. So, there's that. This actually got tape on it. That's surprising. Usually these do not. I'm sure. I wonder why. I wonder why they did that. I don't know. Don't know. I don't even know what's in here. I'm trying to figure out what piece or pieces we don't have. Almost feels like a lot of small stuff. That makes me nervous. Oh, wow. There's our other weapons. Shotgun. Oh. Well, yeah, she got a bunch of... That's weird. Weird selection. So, shotgun's pretty cool. She's pretty much got... They gave her copperhead weapons. They gave her fists, of course. To get a Ziploc baggie to stash those. Gave her fists. There's the inside, by the way. Kind of back to what we got original. Back to the original. Old original days. I'm going to try this light again real quick. Sorry. It's bothering me. I just don't know what to do to get this thing to stay. Hey, it'll stay long enough for me to do the rest of the video. Alright, well, we're going to get to the swamp skier and we'll kit her out real quick. Yeah, I've seen a couple on eBay. I'm pretty sure it's this. Yeah, I had one as a kid, and I'm telling you what, I can tell you right now, I did not end up with one as an adult. I don't know whatever happened to my original, by the way. Just throwing that at you. So I'll tell stories sometimes. I know my Ripper, he got lost in the backyard. The last time I played with him outside. Not sure how he got left outside, but I never saw him again. He got buried in the dirt in the backyard. I really think I was playing with him in dirt and left him in dirt and didn't take him in the house. Him and what was the other figure? Oh, my Bespin security guard. He ended up buried in the front yard as well. I don't know. I'll never understand. Yeah, my light could go out. I see it kind of flickering. I'll never understand why in the world that I played with certain figures and cars. Yes, that Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars I understand. Anyway, I'll never understand why I ever decided to play with these nice Joes and Cobra figures in the front yard. I'll never quite figure it out. Well, I probably ought to look at this and see. I feel like nope, I'm not. I'm dropping them on correctly. I feel like I was not dropping them on correctly. Uh-oh. Weird. It's like you can put those in two places almost. Okay. I'm not sure. It's weird. To me, they look like the front ones look long, or the back ones look. They almost look. I don't know. One looks longer than the other, but they're not. I don't believe. All right. Well, there's your swamp skier, folks. I do like that. Uh-oh. I guess I didn't. Weird. I didn't get that in there right. I broke it. That'd have been great. Calling Hasbro up. Hey, I need a new swamp skier. It is cool though. I just don't know if it's, what was this, 60? No, was it 59? I don't remember. Okay, so here's the downside. You got this holster, and the only way you're going to make that work realistically is if you change her head or put this on. The bomber hat, here's the extra head, the face, got like a kind of like a Jason mask. That's about the only way you're going to get her. And try these other goggles. Get her. These might fit. These might suit her better. Well, they don't fit her head very well. I was gonna say these might suit her better. These orange and yellow ones. However, I'm gonna be honest with you. At least my pair. This pair doesn't particularly act like it wants to sit on there very good. There they are. So I don't know. I personally don't know that I want to put her on the swamp skier, to be honest with you. I think I want, like I said, I kind of want to save that for my retro Zartan. I feel like that's the better option for it. Her feet, her shoes, her boots are kind of clunky at the toe. Look how, like, almost looks like the feet are a little proportion too big for her body. It's like, almost like she's got on a pair of some kind of steel toe Buster Browns or something. If you even know what Buster Browns are. Old school shoes, corrective shoes. I wore them in the 80s. Had a pair myself. Feel like they messed my toe up. Actually, I'm not so sure. That was a thing, by the way, correcting people's foot or shoe toes or whatever. I can tell you right now, screwed mine up, I think, for real. I have my both my feet, my two pinky toes are almost tucked underneath my regular toes. It's weird. And I'm not so sure it wasn't from wearing those. I wore them when I was like 5. My feet were starting to grow, and I think that was a thing with doctors back in the day. Oh, we got to wear corrective shoes. Their feet aren't growing properly. Blah blah blah. Yeah, no joke, guys. I don't know if anybody grew up in the 80s and could attest to that or had the same problem, but I'm just telling you, it was a thing back in the early 80s. Corrective shoes, make sure we don't mess her feet up. All right, well, put the gun in the holster, and like I said, with this holster, it goes on her back. She would have to not wear the green hair to wear this holster and gun, because it's similar to, I think it's the same gun as what's his name's. So we got 2 fists. They're wrapped. Pretty cool though, wraps. Like she would definitely fight somebody. See how they're gray, and there's this skin color. I like the glasses, but again, I'm afraid those could easily be lost. So these few loose pieces are going into gonna go in a little Ziploc baggie when I store her goods. So the only other thing we got is looks like a Spaz shotgun. I always call it Spaz, like the one from Call of Duty. Kind of big for her hand too, just so you know. But you know, again, look at that compared to her. They give her these big ass weapons, and they really don't fit. Female bodies in general are too small proportion for the male weapons and parts sometimes, especially, you know, in the 6-inch line. I'm telling you, that's how I see it, and that's how I feel. I guess we'll put her on here. See if I can get her on here somehow. I notice it with Star Wars Black Series. I notice it with Joe's a lot. If we're not careful, we give them something that's really oversized, and it just doesn't work. It's kind of like, why do that? So her legs, I'm having a hard time getting them to match up with the peg on the foot pegs. Like, I almost gotta set her straight, literally, on here, like straighten her legs out, and I'm pushing in a little bit, trying to get some towards the, gotta find the dang peg hole in here. So be careful with this. Obviously, I'm telling you, and I'm probably gonna jack mine up, knowing me. You know, I always haven't broke too many, but I've broke a couple of pieces trying to put them the way they're intended. But again, with Hasbro, who knows? Sometimes the engineering isn't perfect. So, halfway in the... Well, I got her... Actually, her left foot's in there good. It's her right foot now that I'm trying to work in there. There. I think I got it. It's not perfect, but it'll work. So here she goes. Here she is on her swamp skier. It's as good as I can tip the... I guess that's all right. That's as good as I can tip the head because of the slant. But yeah, she has to pretty much stand straight. It's like riding a jet ski standing up, which is swamp skier, obviously. But I mean, in real life, to me, I've done it before. Rode a jet ski, and riding it standing up is what that kind of looks like. So, but anyway, all right, folks. Well, there you have it. There's your Zanya and swamp skier. I definitely like the swamp skier. I feel like it's a little sturdier than, say, said original swamp skier was R10. I feel like that one broke easily. I honestly don't remember what happened to my original, but I almost feel like at one point I broke a piece or two on it, and that's probably why I never knew where it went as an adult. I got thrown in the trash or sold in the yard sale, as I like to complain about. A lot of my vehicles and figures didn't. Excuse me. A lot of my vehicles did. Play sets did. But in the long short of it, it is a cool... I do like the swamp skier quite a bit. You know, for me, this is an... oh yeah, you can put a little blast effect in the front too on the blaster there. So yeah, I like the swamp skier. I'd like to get a couple more. I'm not going to, at least going to buy a full set until I see it on sale on Pulse somewhere, maybe in the fall. Maybe we'll get lucky in the Thanksgiving Black Friday sale, and I can get this thing 35% off, then I'll buy one or two more. I could see myself kidding her out with being another Dreadnought using this head. As far as the rest goes, as far as her personally, I prefer to keep her with the green hair. I think that's more Dreadnought-y for her. You know, obviously this is kind of a cool face, but I don't necessarily want to. I was just thinking of checking to see if that hair came off and you could put the bomber hat over this. That kind of sounds cool, to be honest with you. Put this little bomber hat over. Put this bomber hat on. Actually, might be able to... doesn't look right. Kinda, but not really. I'm gonna leave it in there though so they don't get lost. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. You can change that to the sawed-off version or stockless version, no stock version. You got this, the glasses, so that's it. That's all I got for you. So it's a cool piece. Again, I like the swamp skier. You can get two people on the... You can get two figures, I think, on this if you change the way it sits. Actually, I think I'm going to take her off because I just noticed something, too, before I get off here. I was getting ready to wrap it up, but I think I noticed something. Looks like you can pull the seat up, like... You can pull the seat up. Well, hey, storage, just like on a real jet ski. So, wonder if the shotgun will... Yep, yep. You can stash the shotgun in there. You can stash your weapons in there, actually. Well, almost. Can't quite get this. Yeah, yep. You can stash the weapons in there. That way, if she needs to stop and shop, she can. I'm not going to right now though. I'm actually going to put them in a Ziploc baggie with all her stuff so I know what goes with her. All right, well, at any rate, there you have it, guys. Got storage, keep your guns in. Guess I better double check the rest of it. No, that's it, just that part. All right, well, cool piece. She's kind of cool. I'm not as big of a fan of her as other Dreadnoughts, but hey, well, all I can say is I'm glad they finally got us a swamp skier, even though, truthfully, if you really looked around months before to a year at least before, I had seen a handful on eBay for sales 3D printed. So that's something else just to keep that in mind. And there probably still are. Heck, the one on my watch page that I'm thinking about probably is a 3D printed version. Just trying to stand her up for. All right, well, at any rate, there you go, guys. So your 194 Swamp Skier and Zanya, pretty cool piece. Like I said, Swamp Skier for sure. I'd give that one an A. Figure, B wise. She's okay, not great, not bad, but not great. So, but the Swamp Skier definitely. I could definitely use a few more. Put them on the Dreadnoks. Man, if these things weren't super expensive, I'd buy one for the whole fleet. It'd be pretty cool. Then if I could just get some kind of swamp diorama to go with it, then I'd be in business. So sounds cool in theory. So yeah, anyway, all right guys, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to get notification of my video reviews if you have not. And as always, with Zanya and Swamp Skier, thanks for watching on Beast from Beast Toys. We'll see you.